2026 is only a few weeks away. It's been a crazy year, and I can't believe how quickly the time has passed. 2025 just feels like it has raced by. This year I did a bunch of things, but none of them were buying real estate. It was a lot more personal things. Moved my girlfriend across the country. Well, I would say I had a baby, but I guess she had the baby. We attended the event in Vegas where I got to speak on stage for an hour at Michael Zuber's One Rental at a Time event. It was fantastic. Met a bunch of new great people in Gary, Indiana that I've added to my local construction team and my points of contact, my trusted boots on the ground. Just finished closing and cash out refinanced a loan for a slow burr property that I did. Just signed on that. It's funny, I was sitting there at the table and I was like, how much is my signature worth? Well, today it was worth $156,000. Who knows what it's going to be worth next time? And it was, like 50 signatures if you've ever done loan closing docs, so maybe divide that. But either way, I was happy to make some money off of it. But it's been a busy year, real busy year. My son started homeschooling, and I have been slowly building towards what I've been telling you guys about for years now, which is that I want to retire from my W-2 income job when I'm 35 years old. I turned 35 years old a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm not retiring today, and I'm not even quite sure if I'll retire next year, but I think I can make it happen. That's my plan. So this video is going to be about what are my goals, what are my plans, what are the strategies that I'm going to use in 2026 to continue to build and grow a family, a real estate portfolio, and move towards the YouTube channel's goal, which has been financial freedom and financial independence because of investing in real estate. Now I've got a couple of units left that aren't remodeled. So the first things that I want to do, my first goals, I'm just going to lay them all out for you guys. Immediately what I want to finish is my triplex. The video that I made talking about how I lost $160,000. If you haven't checked that video out, I'll put a link for it down in the comment section below. And by the way, while you're down there, leave a comment for me what your biggest goal is in 2026. Please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. I work really hard to make this content for you guys. And if you don't mind clicking that button, it really helps the algorithm out. But leave a comment down below what your goals are for 2026. For me, it's starting with finishing the triplex that I've been working on for almost 3 years. Once that's done, I'm going to do a cash out refi on that. I'm going to take all of that money plus all the money that I just got in my other cash out refi, and I'm going to combine those things together to tackle a fourplex, full gut rehab. Bought this thing a year and a half ago. I've got a video on that. I'll put that down in the link below. I'm going to tackle and remodel an entire fourplex. That one, I might actually just sell. I haven't decided yet. I might try to do a cash out refinance on it because I want to take that equity out of it. I own it cash and roll that into another project. And what else am I going to do? I am currently right now looking at doing my first assumable mortgage, my first Pace Morby style assumable mortgage. Friend of mine that I met through networking in Indiana, his name's Furio, greatest contractor plumber you've ever heard. If you invest in the Indiana area, let me know and I'll get you his information. But he found for me a steal of a deal, a house that currently right now is valued at $200,000, but the people who own it are in some trouble. They're in some trouble. They got into a little bit of trouble with the law. They need to sell this thing, bond a couple of their buddies out, and move on their way. So I'm going to try to assume their mortgage and just write them a check for the money they want, which would probably be around $20,000. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'm going to try to buy that property. This will be my first property in Indiana that I don't rent out. Nope. The plan will be to furnish it, update it, remodel it a little bit, and then live there part-time. A few months ago, I started saying that, you know what, I think that long-distance real estate investing has changed from what it was when I first started. No longer can you get by doing everything from a distance. It's not that you can't do it still. I just don't think it's as effective. I don't think you're going to see as good of results or as good of returns. What I'm noticing is that the people who are willing to be doers, the movers and the shakers of the world, they're the ones who are seeing better results. The market's changed from low interest rate like we had in 2020, 2021, 2019. And it's certainly changed since low prices and low interest rates that we had in 2010 through 2019. If you want to make money now, if you want to be successful, you have to be willing to do the things that other investors won't do. You have to be willing to do the work that other investors won't do. And with that comes traveling out to Indiana once a month. So every single month, I've been booking trips to go out there to work on the properties myself, to save money on these properties by doing the work myself, to keep a closer control over the people who are working for me. One of the things that I've learned the hard way is that if you don't have good controls over the people that work for you, as much as you might like them, as good-natured as they are, people unfortunately won't always do what's expected, but they will do what's inspected. A little shout out to my buddy, the lumberjack landlord, who came up with that quote. So my plan is to make trips out to Gary once a month, at least for 3 days, every single month, so that I can check in with people, put in the FaceTime, do some work myself, and really organize the labor that I've got out there doing work for me. Now let's talk about retirement. Yes, I'm getting close. November 1st, 2026 is when I turn 36. For years on this channel, I've been saying, I hope I do it by the time I'm 35. We'll see. I think it's going to be close. But in reality, the tough thing is that even if I was to be in a financial position where I could quit my job, it might not actually be the best thing. I've gotten a bunch of raises. We've had a bunch of raises. I've promoted. I make a pretty darn good salary. This is kind of what Dion talks about in his channel when he talks about the golden handcuffs. He made a really good salary. Such a good salary that it was hard to give up. And it's going to be hard to give up, because with that $150,000 to $200,000 a year salary that I have, if I keep that for a year, I can pay a lot of real estate down. I can lower my living expenses. I can pay a lot of stuff off. So it's not going to be easy for me to just give that thing up immediately. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to hit a crossroads. No pun intended. Indiana is considered the crossroads of America. But I'm going to hit a crossroads where I have to make a decision. Do I want to take that leap and just go for it? Or do I want to just sit here for another year, maybe another 2 years, earn a bunch of money and pay off a ton of real estate debt? If I pay that real estate debt off, then I'm even in a better situation, in a better financial situation, when I do eventually go and pull the plug and retire. So we'll see how it goes. But ultimately, those are the most important goals that I have for 2026. Aside from maybe adding another one of these, we'll see. Growing families, growing a rental portfolio, making those goals happen. Again, I do want to hear from you guys. What are your goals? Leave me something down below. Are you going to buy a rental? Are you going to remodel? Are you going to do your first BRRRR strategy? Are you going to get your first house hack? Are you going to make your first or next trip to your local market that you're investing in? Maybe you're going to have some kids. I don't know, but leave it down below. I do love hearing from you guys. Appreciate you as always for watching. And until next time, we'll catch you later.